Yeah.
Hello, our dear friends. We welcome you to our Universal Life Management English channel. Today, there will be one of the really very relevant social topic about money. We know how in modern society money is the center of our lives because literally all our happiness, joy, comfort and meaning in life depend on it. And many people and many researchers also, wonder if a new society with a different economy in which there will be no money is possible or not. Today, Ambarish Misra ji will tell us about his research in this area. Ambarish ji is an engineer, researcher and philosopher also. We will listen him with interest and ask after question, and our listeners also can write these questions. Also, with us should be two people. I don't know, after sometimes our founder Premjit ji also join, and one more social activist and free thinker from Australia, Utpal Yagnik ji, he maybe also can join to us. My name is Juliana. I'm psychologist, translator, and ULM volunteer. I'm in Russia. Ambarish and Premjit in India now. Utpal Yagnik ji maybe come. It will be like little more wide geography, Australia, and we talk in English. Such our situation. Premjit ji, good day, good day. We can start. Yes, I already explain.
Yeah.
So just Ambarish ji can start.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah. Good afternoon. So, hello everyone. So, shall I begin my presentation?
Ambarish ji will use slides also. It will be more comfortable because it will be many things writing there.
1 second. I will add the presentation. So, can you see the slides?
Yes.
Yes.
Money.
Okay. So, 1 second. Okay. Let me keep this view so that it's visible. Our face is also visible. Right. So, hello everyone. So, I am Ambarish and I'll give you my introduction. Basically, for past 1 to 2 years approximately, I've been studying various social movements that propose system alternatives, and I'm also a student of philosophy, and I have aspirations to develop a theory of happiness and well-being, like a proper academic theory. And I also post whatever my thoughts are on a possible future system on Instagram. So it is this there is a I post on an Instagram handle called Happiness Centric System Project, and in that I post my own understanding of how this system could look like. And also it is a collection of literature. uh, it's a collection of literature on models of consciousness, happiness, models of happiness that are available, various socio-economic political systems, and system alternatives. So it is a very, like, this particular Instagram handle, you will find a collection of literature which can help anybody who's interested in researching about alternate systems. So in today's topic, basically we can talk about uh, why we should why should we go beyond money and markets, and what has been the history of these kind of efforts in society to go beyond money and markets, and what I think why other social movements who tried to go beyond capitalism could not succeed so far. um, that is what my interpretation is. And which questions need answer when somebody is proposing an alternate economic system. So I have listed down a bunch of questions which can help us uh, mm, identify which are the crucial topics which need answer when somebody proposes a new economic system. And then finally I will also little bit speak about uh, how we can succeed in bringing such a system change if we are to go beyond money and markets. So first, it is like this entire presentation is kind of about recognizing the main challenges of going beyond money, and what has remained undiagnosed so far, and how does the road ahead look like. So if we like look at our life, it from the results that are coming from the prevalent systems, it is quite obvious that we are not living the life that we desire. So definitely there are so many things in our life which we do not want, and there are so many various kinds of stresses, and from this simply one can understand that the system is failing to deliver. And one of the key things here is that uh, the current system um, measures progress using certain monetary indicators such as GDP of a nation. Now, on the other hand, these indicators do not provide a very clear picture of what is the um, happiness level, or what is the whether the citizens are in a state of well-being or not. So these indicators do not give us an indication about the uh, life of the people. So when economists try to when they discuss about how well the country is doing, there is always various interpretations of that. And sometimes people are not able to come to an agreement, and it is dependent upon their interpretation of various factors about how well the nation is doing. So even if uh, I mean, you cannot just rely on these monetary indicators alone. So that is one problem. And the other problem is that we have, like, as if we are having two types of goals here. One is economic progress, and the other is the if we go for economic progress, then there other problems also may arise, such as environmental issues and other sustainability issues. So I think that a system should not have these type of conflicting objectives. So this is one reason that this is one of the main reasons we should shift from a system which is essentially a monetary system, a market driven system, to a system which prioritize happiness and well-being, because the current system does not have a clear prioritization of happiness and well-being. Some countries, they are trying to form some kind of metrics to understand the well-being of the people, the the ecological aspects. They are trying to put it in their metrics, but at the same time the systems that are there, they are not designed to deliver according to these goals. The current economic system is designed for essentially for continuous growth. It is not essentially designed for happiness and well-being and ecological sustainability. So these type of objectives, they come into conflict with each other. And uh, since many hundreds of years, uh, we are noticing that uh, inequality has remained, and it is of like it's not insignificant but of significant proportions. So the life that we desire, that is which we are not, the majority of the citizens, they are not able to live the life. So this system is a failure in that regard. And the power dynamics continue to operate in, the citizens are not able to uh, exercise their fundamental rights also, because the basic design of the economic system is uh, is power driven. um, One of the very well-known economists, two of the well-known economists, their names are Simshon Bickler and Jonathan Nizan. They explained the entire um economic system uh, as a manifestation of power dynamics. And money also is not actually very, it's not a very neutral medium, but it is a manifestation of the power dynamics within capitalist system. So as long as there is power dynamics, the conflicts will continue to arise, and everybody will not have equal rights in it, and will continue to suffer the consequences of such an ill designed system. So that is why since the development of industrial revolution, people have always imagined to, there is a certain section of society which has always imagined to go beyond capitalism. So
Brezhji, it's like this presentation, if downside our picture, so it downside not visible in presentation. Is it possible like disappear? Yes, this
okay,
is more good.
yeah, there is little, I don't know, there is some distortion in the graphics for some reason, but still
Yeah,
we can see.
little,
uh,
yes, but okay, we can.
yeah. So, I mean, historically, since the early 19th century itself, there were many thinkers who understood that, uh, mm, who saw the inequality prevalent in the society, and they proposed various models by which we could go beyond money, and they envisioned various cooperative communities where goods and services would be shared, uh, and people could live harmoniously within those communes. So this thought has been there for quite some time of going beyond money. We are not the first ones to propose such a concept. And then further ahead, when Marx appeared in the screen, then uh, it I mean this I mean he was he was a very prominent thinker who in his writings indicated that capitalism is certainly problematic, and eventually society would go beyond capitalism to finally a state where there would be no money, and where there would be not even state also. So basically he proposed a theory in which he said society will move from capitalism to socialism and finally to communism. And communism would be a state where there would be a stateless, classless society, and also a moneyless society. And he was very critical of these early utopian thinkers. He said that whatever you are proposing of, you know, whatever your imagined utopian societies are, I totally disagree with such a presentation. And he wanted to give a scientific explanation of how society would develop. So he never really gave a complete picture of how that ideal society might look like, because he was very critical of giving such um, imaginations. He said society is not ready yet for such a state, and he said this evolution will take a certain amount of time in which the human consciousness would evolve. So, according to him, although he did not give a very clear picture of what he thought about human consciousness, but it is quite evident that he was a materialist. So he thought that consciousness is an emergent phenomena, and that human consciousness gets affected by the outside material conditions, and so the change in those material conditions cannot be we cannot shift from this state of inequality to a very ideal society very quickly. He thought these changes will come after a lot of struggle, and that is why whenever we ask various communists about what is your, how do you think that final state would be, how would the society be working, how would the system be functioning, what kind of economics would be there, they do not indulge in those discussions that much, because like Marx, they think that that state we cannot imagine, and they say that a society can go to a state of moneyless and this communism kind of living is only possible when there is a transformation of the human consciousness gradually. So this has remained the overarching theme of all these social movements for uh, who have tried to bring about a system change towards a moneyless society, and they still believe that this change is not possible unless the citizen becomes a socially conscious citizen. So I think that this has been the key problem why these ideologies remained utopian, and I will explain in further slides why I think like that. But we can see that uh, the during 1918 or during that period, when the czars were replaced because of the Bolshevik Revolution, the Soviet Russia made one of the biggest efforts towards creating a communist state, and even they thought at that time to uh, adopt a system that in which there will be no money. There were such kind of discussions. Eventually they continued with money, but these discussions did happen during that time also. So that was one of the biggest efforts to in human history to go beyond money. And during that time, some other anarchist thinkers were also there, and they also had similar kinds of philosophies. Then in the 1960s also we see the countercultural movements where many communes were formed. Even in Israel, various kibbutz were formed. In India, Auroville also tried to go and tried to move in this direction and create a commune in which money will not exist. So these efforts have been there in the history, but in this presentation we will discuss why these efforts have not succeeded. Even in the contemporary times, many types of alternatives are being proposed uh, to capitalism, such as participatory economics, and even various social movements like the Zeitgeist movement and the Venus Project, and various other small movements are there who have to a great degree explained to people why money is the root problem, but they couldn't go beyond a certain point. Those movements, they did not flourish beyond a certain point. So uh, there are two streams of thought that exist in all these discussions about system change. One is the constrained vision, and another is they can be divided into two broad groups. One is the constrained vision, and another is the unconstrained vision. So Thomas Sowell, he was a economist and social theorist, and he introduced this idea of unconstrained vision and constrained vision in his book Conflict of Visions. And he said that whatever these discussions that are happening in society, broadly people can identify themselves into one of these groups. So in the unconstrained vision, we see that the people, those who support the unconstrained vision, believe in the perfectibility of human beings and society, and they tend to have a more optimistic view of human nature and believe that with right conditions and reforms, people can improve and create a better world. That is, when there will be system change, then people will automatically, their behaviors will change. And uh, the people who support the unconstrained vision, they think that with power of reason and intellect we can solve all society's problems, and the experts and intellectuals can guide society towards the right decisions. And uh, the people who support unconstrained vision therefore advocate for radical system change, and they believe that a very equal society and harmonious society is possible, and that is their outlook towards life. And the people who support the constrained vision, they are more conservative, and they think that we cannot bring radical changes so quickly, and people have inherent limitations. People will not behave as you think they will behave, and they have doubts about human nature. And because they think that human is flawed essentially, and no matter how much you create good conditions, this flawed nature will exhibit itself. So whenever you say that a very harmonious society can be created in which everything will be very beautiful, they express their reservation about it. And they are also against um, like they are very conservative in this regard, that they think that human freedom should be preserved, and whatever experts and whatever government thinks is right, that doesn't always work out, and they are very therefore very cautious about any social change. So Sowell said that people always are in some measure belonging to either of these groups. And all of the debates that happen about system change, they can be reduced to these two ways of looking at life. Now I will explain later why I touched upon this topic. One more thing I want to talk about is, during the 18th century, during the 19th century, as capitalism was uh, developing, that time also the philosophers, they mainly three streams of thoughts were there about the nature of human person. So one was that human, though flawed, is perfectible. So uh, in this, they believe that by system change human behavior can be changed even though now it is flawed. And this perfectibility model, the thinkers like Karl Marx embraced this idea, and that is why Karl Marx believed that as society will progress, gradually human consciousness will shift to become more social in nature. The second group of thinkers was the who believed in the flawed and unalterable model of human nature, which means that they believed that humans are basically flawed, and society should be built around this reality. So they thought that basically human is very animalistic and antisocial, and therefore they need to be controlled by the state to bring order into a civilized society. And the third model was of the mixed nature model, in which uh, the thinkers felt that human is a mixture of both virtue and vice. He has both good tendencies and negative tendencies, and therefore the state must regulate individuals so that only the positive tendencies emerge and they restrain the evil tendencies. So one thing that I noticed in all these movements is that these movements do not think of the human not being flawed. They all think that somewhere deep down human is flawed, and the real transformation cannot happen unless there is a transformation of the individual. Now, uh, when Premjit Sirohi ji proposed his model, he right away said, "Look, fellas, there is nothing wrong with human. Even now, there is nothing flawed in human." He started his philosophy with this approach, that all humans are adequate beings and are equally worthy. So, no one needs to earn his or her worth to be able to join in the creation of a good life and deserve good life. So even though you may exhibit insecurity, even though right now you may be jealous, even though you may exhibit some negative qualities right now, that according to him, that does not mean that you as a being is lacking in any way. And this is a very important uh, uh, topic to be recognized, because this changes the entire way in which any social change movement is approached. In all the past social movements, we can clearly see that there is a lot of emphasis in enlightening the humans that they should become more social in nature, and that is how real transformation will happen. Even the effort in the case of all the Marxist efforts, uh, even though they negated capitalism and proposed alternate systems, they still felt that we are not ready as a society to directly go into communism. So they still felt that human consciousness needs to be transformed. But in case of Premjitji's approach, we can clearly see that he is right from the beginning stating that if we start from this point, it will be a fundamental contradiction. And he is basically stating that human does not need to be transformed into a socially conscious citizen for the system to function for the benefit of all. There are people who will be individual oriented, who will be selfish. There will be people who will be family oriented. There will be people who would be socially oriented. And so these different grades of consciousness inevitably will be there in society, and they just need to be facilitated for the system to flourish according to their interest. So this is one of the major differences which I identified as one of the crucial points why the previous systems could not deliver, because they uh, thought that it is the human which needs human consciousness which needs transformation. So one of the central issues in all these social movements is to figure out a way how we can uh, balance or maintain individual freedom and collectively as a society also move harmoniously in a rational way. So those people who are supporters of the market, they emphasize a lot on individual freedom, and those people who are supporters of any form of collectivization, like in the Soviet era, even though Marx said that we should make all decisions democratically, and um, you know uh, but he also emphasized on collectivization, like uh, society operating for the collective good. So during the process, what happened was they felt that human conscious the society is not ready, and in some way every one of them are not social in nature, and therefore they talked about topics like the dictatorship of the proletariat, like dictatorship of the working class, which eventually became dictatorship of the communist party, and eventually became the dictatorship of the president of the communist party. So gradually, when we look at collective rational planning, the emphasis is that the state will be regulating the citizens. The experts will be telling the citizens what is good for them and what is not good for them. So on one hand, when we want to move society in a coherent way, in a rational way towards some direction, the state enforces its understanding of what is right upon the citizens. And on the other hand, if we don't enforce this, then when we talk about individual freedom also, then price mechanism will operate, markets will operate, and inadvertently the people who rule the market are going to dictate how society should operate. And in both cases, we are not able to resolve what is, best for the citizens. So why this problem is happening? This is actually what I found, it is actually a knowledge management problem, because in society there are billions of people who are part of the working class, and they will be every day making decisions, and each of them they have the knowledge in the society is dispersed. Not any one person possesses this entire knowledge to make the best decision for the society. So the knowledge is dispersed, and how we can integrate this knowledge and come up with best decisions for society is the central problem, without dictating the citizens of what is right. So to me, the main reason why any effort to go beyond capitalism failed is because we are not able to collectively come up with an agreement of what is best for society because of the knowledge management problem. So to me, money or capitalism or the power relations that exist in society are the consequence of our inability to solve the knowledge management problem. And unless somebody addresses this knowledge management problem, any effort to go beyond monetary system will fail, similar to how the Soviets failed to create a very democratic yet rationally coherent society moving in harmoniously towards one direction. So there was, or for that matter, any state, whenever any state enforces its decisions upon its citizens, then it either disturbs the democratic aspect of it, or whenever or it may think that whatever it is doing is correct and just the citizens have to bear the brunt of it. Now, what are the challenges about knowledge? So when if we are not having any market system, because we know that market systems also fail to integrate the knowledge of the society, the price mechanism is not an efficient tool to uh, capture all the information that is there to make the best decision. So the price mechanism is not working, and top down central planning also is not working. So we have to recognize this challenge. And there are certain points that I have outlined regarding the challenges of planning when it comes to making the best decisions for society. One is that there is a lot of tacit knowledge that is there in our experience. For example, there can be farmers uh, who can be very experienced and they know their local conditions, and that knowledge is not on in any computer database, but they know what is best for that particular local region. So that will be called tacit knowledge that is within the worker himself and is not in any document form. Then there are various subjective there is a subjective element to knowledge also that various people hold. Knowledge is changing also, and knowledge is contextual also. In some cases we have to recognize the context and give responsibility accordingly. And then when various disciplines interact with each other, then also we have to aggregate all the information and all the wisdom that is there uh, with those disciplines, and they should have a common um, a framework by which they can interact. If that common framework is not developed, then they will not be able to cooperate with each other in coming up with the best decision for the society. So knowledge integration for collective wisdom has its own challenges, and unless there is one philosophy that guides the various disciplines and departments, this collective formation of knowledge and wisdom will not be possible. So, if there are people who believe in certain philosophy, and then suppose Ayurveda is there, and then there is the allopathy, they are coming from totally different backgrounds, and so their wisdom cannot be integrated because the language that they are speaking is very different. So one department will not be able to communicate with other department if the basic framework of the philosophy is not matching, and these challenges will affect the decision making that is going to take place, these thousands and billions of decision making that are going to take place within the society if they don't have a common philosophical framework. So, what I am actually trying to say is that a common philosophy which leads to a common value theory that can guide collective decision making, if that is absent, then we cannot come into cooperation and power dynamics will begin to operate. So, value framework is nothing but a collective prioritization scheme, a, a way for us with different backgrounds and different responsibilities, with different exposure to various information, to move harmoniously, to understand. All of us should be able to understand what is of value and what is not of value. Otherwise, as a society, we will not be able to come to agreement and move harmoniously. So, even if we are moving towards a non monetary economy, an economy which does not have any price mechanism, it does not have any market, we will still need a guiding framework of happiness and well being. We will still need a value theory that will help all departments and all people to make to look at to make those decisions, to have all those decisions aligned. So why do we need a value theory for even for a non monetary economics? Because a non monetary economics needs, because value is a fundamental concept that helps society allocate resources, make decision, and assess the relative importance of goods, services, and activities. So these billions of people will be making billions of decisions, and if we do not have a value theory that can replace the price mechanism, then society cannot move in a consistent direction. So I have put all these points in detail here. I'm not going into each individual point, but for resource allocation, for understanding what is efficient, to make various priorities, the society will need to understand. It will make short-term goals and long-term goals. Whether we are making cities for 5 years or 10 years or for 20 years, whether we should go to the Mars or Moon, or all these are not just engineering decisions. All these are not just decisions which are based on mathematics or science. These are implications of philosophy. They are value judgments. So value theory is actually translating philosophy to everyday decision making. So using value theory, everybody is aligned. So basically, value theory is translation of your understanding of life to understand what is of priority. For example, when there will be a system change, so first there will be a priority of giving home, food, and water to every citizen. How did we make this decision? By having a value theory, by having a philosophy of happiness and well-being, we will be able to make this decision. Immediately, we cannot fulfill everybody's wants. There will be priorities. This prioritization can be achieved by a well developed value theory of happiness and well being. Otherwise, what will happen? We will have to rely upon expert opinion based on some science. But science is not going to uh, help us understand what is important for life. Engineering is not going to help us understand what is important for life. Philosophy and value theory are going to tell us what is important for life. So the direction in which all our innovations should take place, you know and when we suppose in one country we adopt a non monetary system economics, then when we will do business with other countries, then also value theory will help us uh, to understand, to interact with different economies having different systems. So there are various advantages of having a value theory, which I have listed here. So at the core of all system problems is the absence of a shared philosophy of happiness and well-being. And without a clear compass guiding the formulation of our social targets, we will not. So basically, what I am saying is that citizens need a framework of happiness and well-being. The experts also need a framework for happiness and well-being. The experts also are not always right. The citizens are also not always right. We need that in when we are making a decision, the expert will use his understanding to come up with a proposal. Citizen can tell what he is feeling happy or not happy with. He can tell about his situation. So we need citizen input, we need the input of experts, and both are being guided by a value framework. So in the case of Soviet system, there was an overemphasis on experts, and experts came up with various ideas of how to build a city, and there was no framework by which the feedback of citizens could be included. And if you remove the experts and only ask citizens, then also it is a problem, because citizen can only tell about himself. So we need, when we are making social decisions, we need both experts and citizens to come into agreement. So and they need to be guided by a philosophy of happiness and well-being. If we don't give them a value framework, then they are without any anchor. They like they are all over the place. They don't know what life is for, how we can prioritize, what to prioritize. This is the job of the philosopher. So philosopher gives them value framework, and then experts and citizens come together and make all their choices. So, at the core of all system design problems is the absence of a shared philosophy of happiness and well being. And without a clear compass guiding the formulation of our social targets, we find ourselves in conflict, lacking a unified vision for a better tomorrow. Like, for example, we have many apps like TikTok and, and like, so if you ask the individual, then they will say, yeah, I feel very enjoyable using this app. But we also know that from various studies that these apps are creating some negative effect also, and they have some addictive tendencies also. So if we had a value, um, if we have a very deep understanding of happiness and well-being, then maybe we would have designed these apps in a different way. So from where this knowledge will come? This knowledge will come from the philosophy of happiness and well-being. Similarly, philosophy impacts the kind of architecture that we make, the kind of schools that we make. So philosophy is everywhere. All the decisions that we make, they are essentially driven by an understanding of life. And therefore all the economic decisions also that we will make also will be guided by philosophy through a value framework. And because these past social movements did not have the right philosophy, therefore they could not make the right priorities about life, and therefore they failed to create a moneyless society. These are some of the questions that I have outlined, uh, that should be answered if anyone is proposing an alternate system. It will bring more clarity about how that alternate system will look like and how it will function. So I will not go into the details of this now. It will not be so much interesting, but if required, we can go into it later. But um, essentially, I have captured various topics that are required if anybody who proposes an alternative to capitalism comes up with a economic theory. And when I looked into various proposals, I saw that there were, you know there were, in many areas there was lack of explanation. So that is why I thought that I could make a list in which I will try to be very comprehensive. And you know uh, whenever we are comparing different proposals, then we can compare on these points. So basically, I identify three challenges to go beyond money. One is the misconceptions that humans are inadequate and need to be transformed. That is the first challenge. Means we need to understand that uh, there is nothing wrong with humans. There is nothing that needs to be changed in them. Number two is that creating a consensus on what is the ultimate aim of life, because as a society we can only come into cooperation if our final objective is clear. What are we trying to do? Because we will be making thousands of decisions for that aim. So this is the second topic. And the third topic is that we have to come up with a fully developed system philosophy by which various departments of knowledge can interact with each other. And the knowledge creation process is a very it should be a very guided process, and in which it will help make these thousands of decisions that humans are going to make when they are doing this creation. So we need a system philosophy that enables this interdisciplinary integration of knowledge. So the solution how we can succeed is by the philosophy, completely developed philosophy of happiness and well-being. Based on the philosophy of happiness and well-being, we come up with a happiness and well-being centric value theory. And then based on that happiness and well-being centric theory, we come up with a resource allocation and collective decision framework, and a theory of how we are going to measure happiness. So whatever I have outlined in this presentation, this is a bit academic and little technical, but this is the next step. I think we are going to go from the outline that Premjit ji has proposed about the, you know, like his philosophy about that human is not flawed, that our aim of life is happiness. So now, and money should not be there because it is not allowing us to express our wants and capture all the wants in one system and plan accordingly. So having understood this, I think in the academic development process, this is the next steps that I look, that is to create a uh, complete philosophy and value theory and resource allocation framework and a theory of happiness measurement, by which we can bring this system into practical realization. So in summary, these are the 3 points. Humans are adequate and need not be transformed. This idea was not there in all the social movements of the past. In all the social movements, they were trying to uh, make the human consciousness more social. But that is not the requirement in Premjit ji's philosophy, in what ULM is trying to do. Nobody has to change. Nobody is flawed. Nobody is inadequate. Nobody is lacking. Even now, everybody is just fine, and we are ready for, if this such a system come, there is nothing that needs to be fixed in our in human beings. So number 2 is to recognize that the ultimate aim of life is happiness and well-being, and by formulating a complete theory of happiness and well-being, a philosophy of happiness and well-being, we will be able to make all the uh, right decisions. All decisions will be aligned, and we will be able to understand what priorities are, um, what are the right priorities. And then a well developed system philosophy will enable us to do exercise this collective decision making process and knowledge management, so that we can create this happiness and well being for all. So that is the end of the presentation. So if if some there are areas which were not clear, or if any questions, then I can answer those.
Ambarish ji, thank you so much for your very good lecture. Actually, very good lecture. What I think it's deserve PhD. So, and in future, I hope you will write it. So, for because it's for
One more listener is here,
coming.
but cannot understand anything. She also wants universe, this Sambhurna Samadhan. Yeah.
Okay. So I think you actually did very good work about this topic, very big researching. So, and it's you create in such form what very easy to present to academic society. Because whatever I understood, of course, it's very collective efforts need for developing this. So, and for present it for such form, it's actually a very big task, whatever you did, and we are with you fully for, because in this form, I think in our team, it's first time happened, whatever you made.
But what did you understand? What I although it could have become a bit more technical, but like what is the essence of this presentation that you?
Of course, whatever, yes, of course, because many, many information in academic language, I don't think we understand fully, but whatever you like pointed, your points, Yeah, next we will discuss about whatever I understand
Okay.
at my
Okay. Okay.
level. I will ask
Yeah. Yeah.
simple question.
Uh-huh.
Whatever I liked, first I will tell whatever I liked. After
Yeah.
listening, you very good input Premjit G's opening into this stream. Whatever before researcher and philosopher opened, and how it's coming to his opening. It's very good. Because, yeah, really, before you also told that no one, opened this idea about human consciousness. Like these three ideas that are human basically good or human like basically bad or it mixed, but that human it's not good, not bad, but like normal and adequate, whatever like in Premjit philosophy, it's really opening and you put it. And
Yeah.
in this base, other things, like building. If not this base, other
Yeah.
things ultimately
Correct.
can't be like
Yeah.
like proper philosophical base. So, one more I wanted to tell about like communism, because I'm from country which is did great efforts for creating socialism, communism. So your explanation also was good. After a little, I also want to touch it. So, ultimately, like main question about these three challenges. Okay, first, like proper philosophy should be, and all experts, because we can't only like listening experts. Yes, because like scientists, they're not philosopher. Should
Yeah.
be a philosopher also who understand human consciousness. Yes, and you telling that it should be all accept, in society, all like people should like going towards in base of this like proper philosophy of life. And it looks like you think that it's and in base of this like a decision making, knowledge creation, etc. But it looks like you think that it's some very difficult like task. Now I try to little more explain. In communism, I remember when I like was in school in Russia, a communist was like main philosophy. We didn't tell like philosophy, we told like ideology. Ideology, and from school, they trying to explain us this ideology. For we, like growing and like ultimately become like creator of communism. The like formula was we like growing to become creator of communism. And it was ideology. It's like, little by force, because children not so much interesting about it. And because this ultimately this philosophy ideology not so much matching with life. So it was like, something like feeling bad by this, and not maybe from start when like just starting Soviet Union, it was some enthusiastic people, but in my time it was like something like not interesting, like something wrong, and we're not like feeling that it's like good for us. But for example, if right proper philosophy by same way it should be like naturally, no need some special like things create. It will be like natural for people, just a philosopher who like a real philosopher and who
No,
understands this, like combine their efforts. And what more if I like
no,
ask
I
if you
think
understand
that,
my
see,
question, what
yeah,
this
I don't think that naturally people can understand their own interests naturally. But when we are together, that's where the problem is happening. So we need a uh, guiding framework that is very deep, but it is only deep for people who are who are philosophic community. Now, out of that philosophy community, many type of
Yes, yes. This I understood.
l-
So
uh,
they should created it, and other people just like
they will,
like
when we will
present
make, like for
them,
example,
or
some
how?
traffic system is there, some, like let us take something like a traffic system where we are, for
Mm-hmm,
every citizen is following these traffic rules. Now, there is a philosophy behind the design of the traffic system. There is a philosophy
mm-hmm,
behind the design of our buildings. If you are coming
mm-hmm,
from a zen or minimalist point of view, your design of the building will be different. If you are coming from a from different philosophical background, then accordingly you will design buildings. So depending upon philosophy, we are also designing uh, the systems in which people will behave. Now people don't know how these what is the thinking that we went behind those designs so deeply, but they are following the traffic rules. So for them, only traffic rules should feel not oppressive but easy.
Okay, easily tell, like simply, I will ask more. So all philosophers should accept Premjitji philosophy. And after, in base of this, like they should like accept and understand, okay, this philosophy is right, and we
Yeah,
can go to for
yeah,
towards. And you think
majority.
it can be some difficulty here? So because
No,
now so many exist,
no,
how they
I,
will like
no, I
attain
don't have
one.
any specifically of how much difficult or easy it will be. That is not
Mm-hmm.
really my
Uh-huh.
concern so much. Means um, the thing is that we will have to reshape the so current academic
Mm-hmm.
world. How I look at it is that technically it has developed a lot because of the development in science and technology, but since philosophically we still don't know what life is for, we are not
Mm-hmm.
sensible. We are not, we are continuing with a economic system that is uh, mm, it, that is just studying how people make economic decisions rather than telling how people, rather than prescribing a economic system in which a happy life is possible for all. So you see, for me, the academic world, especially in
Mm-hmm.
social sciences and humanities, wherever the topic of human and understanding of life is concerned, in that we have major disagreements, and we don't have a tradition of common sense. Common sense is
Transition of
not
common
resolved.
sense.
Common sense is
So,
not
but it's
resolved.
just I want to ask, it should be, and how it will be. It's already okay, technical precision, but it should be. Your point. It
My
should be
point is
first. We
that
should start
as
with
long
this.
as there is a huge disagreement on the what is the mainstream philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
till that
Mm-hmm.
time any system change will not work, because
Yeah,
okay, so mainstream
obviously.
philosophy should be one.
Mm-hmm.
There should not be a strong opposition to the mainstream philosophy, and like there should be a majority of intellectual consensus on what is our mainstream philosophy and how we will make decisions. Right now, the world is divided into left wing and right wing. There are right wingers, there are
Mm-hmm.
left wingers, and there is this whole spectrum of people in between. So philosophically everybody means we are so not in agreement with each other about what is right direction. So how we can come up with day to day decision making, how we will understand whether the decision making is in the right direction or not, how we will design those systems, who will design those systems, because every department head has to be aligned with this happiness and well-being theory. Otherwise they will not be able to design those systems. We will be relying upon them to design those systems, but they will not
Mhm.
design it if they are not in
But tell
agreement with
me,
this.
in your imagination, how it will be, like precision?
So
What,
we will create
how
this
it will be?
philosophy
Mhm.
and we will give a
Mhm.
model of
Philosophy
happiness.
already exists. You should, you think, should like little more in this
No,
area do
just like
some.
we will like right now we will create like through our website and our content we are giving a like a broad uh, framework. Look, this is common sense.
Mhm.
Understand that what was the problem and where we were stuck, and like um, in a simple language we will explain this full thing. Then uh, we will further develop it academically. Then once it is
Mhm.
developed academically, then academically it will get some, like public will also, means a lot of literature we will
Mhm.
develop to explain its different elements, and everybody will like how Marx created few books, later the entire Marxist tradition got developed
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
just
Sorry.
few years.
Mhm.
It got developed. No, it didn't take
Mhm.
lot of time. Within 50-60 years so many Marxist thinkers came up. So
Mhm. Mhm.
similarly, when one big like important book is out there which clarifies this whole problem, many intellectuals will join and develop it further.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Mhm.
all we
Mhm.
need is to give a understanding of life, right understanding of life, and by that this technical development will take place.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
and you
uh,
want to like do it in academic world for
we will
like
need the
more
academic
intellectual
eventually.
people.
Huh.
Yes, yes. They. Mhm.
Either we do it or not, ultimately for bringing the system we need technicality.
Mhm.
System is technical, na?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
uh, mm. the
Yeah.
the
I very
basis of the system
appreciate
can
your.
be huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So
your enthusiasm in this area. So
yeah.
really. Mm.
So it's like this. I will give a very simple example. Means there was this engine car which was running on petrol and it was creating lot of smoke, and it was having many problems. So
Mhm.
a philosopher came, in this case say for example Premjit ji, he said, why you are using fuel, why don't you use this solar and energy, you will not get any emission and it is
Mhm.
all time available. So he gave this idea, and now some engineers joined, and based on that idea they developed the car engine, and then everybody started using it. But
Mhm.
this uh, understanding of life was missing. So that is why in academic tradition so much technicality, so much PhD holders, but
Mhm.
we hardly see people talking sensible things about like something that can we can use. They are all going in technical domain, very specialized domain. But what about the
Mhm.
overall system? How many system philosophers are there? Hardly. I have researched.
Mhm.
Hardly any system philosophers are there.
Mhm.
So there, everybody is going into specialization. But who will take care of the system? And what is the overall
Mhm.
understanding of life, by which we understand what it is for, what is important, how we can create happiness? Means
Mhm.
happiness also naturally, we suppose I am enjoying watching TikTok, but maybe I will go into depression. I need a happiness theory to understand how I can create happiness also. I need a guiding framework.
Yeah, obviously, it's for example, it's about like tasty food also. So
Yeah,
we like some sweets, but
yeah,
parallelly we're getting some illness about
yeah. So we
if
need a
eating so
theory of
much. Mhm.
consciousness, we need a theory of happiness and well-being, well developed, and then automatically the rest of the things can be developed. And once we have the consensus, on this, then we will have our movement will not be called utopian, because we have resource
Mm-hmm.
allocation
Yeah.
frameworks, we have happiness measurement frameworks. That is why, because it will be technically developed.
Mm-hmm.
And one interesting thing is that going beyond capitalism, uh, it is picking up trend. Last 100 200 years, there have always been a section of society that know that this is an unjust system, it is not working for us, and they are trying their best to come up with ideas. So many movements and ideas are there regarding how the new system might look like. So if we can just give little
Mm-hmm.
fresh perspective on that, these movements are going to pick up on that and they are going to elaborate it.
Yeah, should be. Mm. So maybe someone from our listeners has some questions.
Yeah, if anybody wants to post a question on the comment section, then they can post it or join the discussion.
Post or join some link should be for join.
Okay, I will
Some will be
post the
link. You
link.
can join also.
Yeah, once invite, copy.
And or just some your comments, if not any questions, just feedback, whatever you listening, whatever you understood from Ambarish
Or can put
explanation.
link.
Link I have put.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So very good presentation, and
Mm-hmm.
there, there were few things like if we look all old systems, in there one was a common thing, like everywhere when they designed that time of system, they thought some special type of person, like some ethical type of personalities, like people should be ethical for this system. If people will be ethical, then system will work okay. They were thinking like this way,
Yes.
and so by this way we can understand they never made a system, or they never thought a system for them which type of people were there, है ना?
Yeah. Yeah. They
Or
they
they
never.
were,
Hmm.
yeah, or
According to
they
the
were
reality of the
thinking,
people in now.
yes, or they were thinking like what type of people are existing, no no any system can work for them.
Yeah.
So basically they were not thinking like what type of people are existing, uh, they are able to live in a system like
They don't deserve
peacefully,
good
or
life.
they don't
According to
deserve.
them,
Yes,
yeah, they don't deserve. And this is the
yes.
feeling that we carry within ourselves when we are living our life. I can tell you all the complexes that are there. We always
Hmm.
feel that I don't deserve it now. I have to go to gym. I have to look beautiful. I have to earn money.
No.
I have to be successful to deserve good life. Now,
Yes.
what Premjit ji is saying is that you can improve your body. I am not saying you should not improve your body or you should not work on your hobbies. What he is
No.
saying is that don't feel this pressure inside that you have to be something in future and then only you will deserve it.
Yeah.
Means right now you are fine. This is a very big thing in philosophy.
Yes. And even in today's world also, very less people, means they think very less people are deserve good life.
Yeah.
So that type of system now till now existing. Like only if you are very like educated, have like some like a special intelligence or special some tricks or special some like then only then you can deserve more, like earn more money, and then you can live like some luxurious way. Otherwise you just deserve like a little food, little shelter, like animals.
And it's also not like this, just today I read some very famous, artist, Pablo Picasso. He's like very like successful, but many people like doubts he's really so much great artist, or he more than great artist, great businessman, because very strange pictures he by very good presentation he could like many $1 million sell. And it's about everything, to me, many people, psychological consultation coming, they so much educated, like very high level of education, but they're not feeling that they're success in life because they can't find work by which they can earn so much money. This point of view, even you become like really brilliant, it's not means that you will feel that you are successful in our system. So
Yeah,
ultimately,
yes, yes.
now basically, who is good living and feeling I'm successful and deserve everything? It's mainly who like clever on some, business kind.
Yeah, yes. And even they also not living like a 100% okay. After that also, they also have many type of problems. So means it means like no one person is in that form which can deserve this life 100% happiness. They thinking in future sometime maybe some transformation will happen in the human beings, and only then this like a peaceness and like a wealthiness will exist that time, maybe after 1000 year or 2000 year. Many people thinking like this, like these Madhyas Darshan people, they also thinking like after 500 years or like that one, when people slowly uh, they will teach them, and the transformation will happen in them, and only then this type of community or this type of society will exist like you, fully happy, satisfied. Means for present people, they're not thinking like this now whose people are existing, they can be happy, they can be peaceful, they can live peaceful life. They're not thinking for them. So so this is very strange thing. Like who people are existing, they're not thinking for them. They're thinking for some other type of person.
I want
So
to add
either
one thing. Yeah, about like my liking, so-called liking communists. Ambarish also spoke about them because for me they're like very familiar. Because it's and if like I speak about myself, it's I'm more left than right by my more like left wing. So and really communists and Marxists, even modern communists and Marxists, they really good. They whatever like I listen their lectures also sometimes. They think that we need create such good people, and who will create, who help to this, only who, like, how you can, you maybe tell it, like mostly social personality, who really not so much care about some materialistic things. They should all their life or their efforts for create communism, they should show how like great and moral people, and other people look on them and also like trying to like support them, and little by little like some evolution inside happening, and people live very creative. Communists who like will live in communistic society, they of course they have no money, that everyone very creative personality. They think that everyone can be so much creative because every people have potential. They not look that many people different, not everyone for maybe creative work, but communists thinking that in base, like in potential, all people such like, just because of capitalism or some like problem in human, but really they should develop. And whoever already like this, they should like motivate other people do. They always want to change something in people. It's sure like this.
Yeah, you are correct. Hmm.
And I like them. They really showing their such personality. But people very hardly support. And in Russia now, many people want more, some another capitalistic, because it's free market, more like free. You can not any, people think that communism means from up, from some politic, administrative, some, some force.
Enforced.
What to
Yes,
do,
yes.
very forcing. But people want to be free. People want to be free and want to like materialistic happiness also. Because in communism we look like, okay, materialistic happiness, it's not something not proper. We should like more.
Yeah, they are saying that it's
other.
commodity fetish. Communism looks at the modern luxuries as commodity fetish,
Yes.
and looks it as abnormality of the social nature of human. So this is how they look. To some degree they are right. I mean, it's just the way they're actually, the root philosophy is the problem, that they think that uh, human consciousness is an emergent phenomena, it's not a fundamental property. So this emergent phenomena can be changed according to the material conditions outside. And here is the contradiction of Marx, because if it can be changed, then why are we so much concerned about making him social person if it is not a fundamental property? Why we are not okay with being competitive with each other? Why we want to create communism if consciousness is not fundamental property? If materialism is the fundamental property out of which consciousness emerge, then what is the problem in being violent with each other? Then he will say that no, fundamentally we are social. How we can be social if at the root we are material, we are emerging out of material conditions? So this is the fundamental contradiction, where sufficient light was not thrown by Marx of what he thinks is the about meaning of life, about consciousness. It was little vague. I mean, it was not very clear what he thought about these topics, because on some time he said man is social, and in sometimes he's saying he needs to be made social. Because if he's saying he's social, then we don't need any transformation. If you are trying to make him social, then what is the problem he not being social if consciousness is not fundamentally there is no meaning of life? So this is a very big contradiction.
Yes,
But
even here, even here also, when we talk, when I talk to people like, okay, uh, like the aim of life is to be happy and to be enjoy, to be live like a luxurious life. So they say you want to make people materialistic. I said I don't want to make people materialistic. They made up of material. they, they result of the material.
Mm.
So they are materialistic. I am not making them. So we all are material. So we all will be happy with the good quality material for us, and that's why we all are trying. So a question here should be, or in the future, this question will arise, like if we are our uh, means basically we are materialistic. So who are the people saying like we should be ethical or this or that?
Mm.
Why? Means why you want to make people ethically? What for actually?
What is the
Means,
goal? Huh.
huh? What is the goal
What?
behind that?
Huh.
What you want to achieve by that ethics? Only this, like okay, peaceness should be there, harmony will be there, like this way. Means so. It means
Not
you
for
want to
communism,
some
not for
transformation.
communism. You should be ethical because otherwise you become exploitator. But
Yeah.
they're fighting for
Yes,
exploitator.
yes, yes. So they were not thinking like why any person become a ex like a exploiter. Why he become or why he doing exploitation. There should be some reason behind that. No? It's not like his personality is like this.
Ambarish, what Marx spoke about it. It's also like emerging. It's like naturally happens that someone become capitalist, someone can't become capitalist. How he explained about it, Marx.
No, no. He just said whatever the prevalent social uh, system is there during that time, there will be some group who will land up in being the capitalist, in the position of being the owner, and there will be some who will be like who will be working class. Not specifically any big
Mm.
theory, like how in evolution, there is like some organisms are there who are
Mm.
it's just
Just
like just
happening
happening
such
status.
situation.
Yeah, like some materialist explanation will be there, like how in nature we see some
Mm.
hierarchy. So there, similarly in society, by some statistical way, there will be some percentage which will be owner, and there will be this huge percentage who will be the working class.
And who become owner, they like also naturally become greedy, become like bad.
Yeah, he told that it is a problem of the prevalent system that is there, and but these changes in system can only happen very slowly because of the struggle between the ideas. So his whole explanation about the uh, developments that are happening in society is by struggle. That is how
Yes,
he
yes, they
explained
still
life.
now waiting.
Yeah,
Our communism, they still waiting that, okay, sometimes like workers or
yeah,
farmers like can't tolerate
yes,
exploitation,
yeah,
and they combine again and make revolution again
yes,
because whatever
yes,
was like
right,
October revolution, ultimately not so much success. It should be again same
yes,
process coming and ultimately we will success because it's also like evolution. It's naturally also next after capitalism should be communism. We
yeah,
can't escape. They're so much
yes,
sure about it.
so much.
But by
They
which
think,
way? They think only this way.
yeah. And that is why they think it's a very scientific explanation, because he said, I have given a scientific explanation of human society's development. this became so much ingrained in all Marxist thinker. They think it is like science.
Yeah, no
And
any doubts,
yeah, no any doubts.
everyone.
Yeah.
I was surprised how
Uh,
they like really no any doubts.
yeah.
Just
And
a little weight situation creating how long people can tolerate exploitation. Obviously,
yeah.
okay, little tolerate, but ultimately can't tolerate.
And yeah.
Somehow they're
And
right also.
yeah.
But
And he was the only person, I mean, at that time, you don't like who is analyze nobody analyzed capitalism like the way he did. Means
mm,
like a system approach, like this is private property, this is how he
yeah.
collect wage, and this is how
Mm-hmm,
exploitation
mm-hmm,
happens. So many thinkers still today, they are impressed by the way he um, explains this
mm,
economics. And because of that, so much of faith in him is there that he has given a scientific explanation, right? But is his philosophy a fundamental philosophy? No, he's not a fundamental philosopher. He's not a
mm,
so basically he's a materialist thinker, and we are challenging this, and lot of other philosophers are also challenging that how we will explain consciousness. So that is why lot of now theories are coming which are about panpsychism, that consciousness is a fundamental property, not an emergent property,
mm,
and dual aspect monism, like how we are saying we are dual aspect monists. We are saying materialness and consciousness are fundamental aspects of the of existence.
mm-hmm,
So with this view, we are explaining everything. And if there is a
mm-hmm,
person who is saying that no, only consciousness is fundamental or only materialness is
mm-hmm,
fundamental, then we have many questions for them.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that is a major difference between the communist Marxist philosophy and our philosophy, and the starting point itself.
Mm.
In the starting point
Um,
itself, our model of consciousness is different, our model of happiness is different. We don't think that human is lacking in any way. We needs to be
mm,
made social in any way. And so therefore, even if we are also speaking we want a moneyless society, and they are also speaking that they want a moneyless society, but our approach entirely is different.
mm-hmm,
And therefore we will not rely only on experts. We will ask people, are you liking it? We will not go to a village and say, no, we want make beautiful cities, now get out from here.
mm-hmm,
We will say, are you comfortable or not? If not comfortable, we can wait, because it is for you that we are making this.
mm-hmm,
Right? Means we want to take into agreement
yeah.
people. We have expert knowledge. Do you want to talk with us about this topic? Maybe you have some traditional wisdom. We are not saying because you are not a PhD holder, that is why your knowledge is worthless. We are not saying that. Maybe you are a villager with very long experience, you understand local situation, maybe you cannot write a book about it, but we will take you into consideration. So this approach is not just
Mm-hmm,
purely expert driven top down approach, which to not just communists, the even this capitalists also do enforce state regulation. The way they go about any government goes about anything, anywhere where there is central power, they do not consider the citizens, because they think expert knows everything.
mm,
So what we are saying is, for whom you are doing it for citizens. Why you are torturing the citizens in what you think is the right thing? And knowledge is not just available only to expert. You get only pieces of knowledge.
mm,
So you have expertise, you share that expertise. Fundamentally it is for people, so they should be ready. even if maybe they may take 5 years time to go in that direction. They need
Yeah,
time to
yes,
adjust
yes.
to these changes.
Means it they are doing like this. If some restaurant owner do like a he decide the way how they will make food and taste and it is okay or not for the customers, and if they no, don't ask to customers like what is your choice, what what
Mm.
vegetables you want to eat, salt should be less or more, or chili will be less or more. So
Mm.
how, means who will go in that restaurant today, means if who will go, no one should, no one should go in that restaurant, you know. But the whole system is working like this. There are some experts, there are some like a, you know, they they all are deciding the constitution of country. They all deciding what is right, what is wrong. They all deciding what should be for the
Mm.
citizens and how citizens should be. Means everything they deciding, and even they do not asking the citizens, they do not asking the people what will be good for you. Like now today's all restaurant asking to their customers like are you happy by what food we are like serving here, the service, how we are serving you, are you liking that or not? And on that base they're developing their restaurant, their hotels, you know. This is the right approach, you know?
Mm.
But the country system not, they not have this such type of approach like oriented to customers, oriented to citizens, not they thinking in their understanding some citizens means what and how should be, and on that basis they like making the system and they trying to running the system at that, and result all we have, people are not satisfying, people are not happy. Mm.
What more I wanted to ask? Um, I try to ask, formulate. Before, sometimes, especially when I was living in Russia more. Now I was living in India, so I become more leftist, we can tell. But before I was more, like kind of liberalistic view, very strongly. And I really somewhere deeply I thought that possible, like capitalism, humanistic capitalism, because it's also was idea that if what like liberal people telling, they telling that without competition people become more lazy and progress, technical progress, not happening. So for
Okay.
like technical progress will be for some evolution should always kind of competition, and it's only possible in like capitalistic system, or of course in communistic, like how it can be no any, because here is motivation, more you like do, more you get money, like this. Okay, in exploitation, maybe whoever like doing just exploitation, it's okay. But I also thought that more efforts people doing, so more should be, such system in which, okay, whoever doing more great effort, they like should more, getting like money, something, by this view. And it's looked because when I lived in Europe also, and Moscow, okay, also kind of Europe, in Russia, they like middle class, basically people. Okay, someone like few people very rich, okay, no problem. But in some extent, we living happily, like normally, everything we have, not so much, but okay, it's normal. So this view I had before. What do you think? Like, if you now would like to explain some human, like a middle class capitalist with like liberalistic point of view, who really very hardly for like democracy and basically, moral, how you explain him that his system, our system, more proper, good for him also? I'm already okay.
No,
If you understood my question of
so how
it's not like
you
my modern question, but you know this, such kind of
no
people.
yeah, so like one idea you mentioned that it like they think that if you don't have some degree of competition in society, then people will become lazy, which means if
Yeah,
you if
and
you
can't
if you
develop.
don't prove your value in the market, then you will become lazy, right?
Yeah, that it's market is like some for progress,
Stimulation.
stimulate. Mhm.
Yeah, but we look that many, like, so we have to cross examine this belief of that person, because we also notice that all the inventors, all the artists, who did their best work, they never cared about the market. They also speak like that when they were very raw and they never cared about their market, they did very original work, and they were very creative people. Most of the creative people, they like not to
Basically,
care
yeah.
about the market.
Hmm.
So
Sure.
it affects their creativity. And
Yeah, like a like many actors who give their interview, they say like which type of role we want to play, we not getting because of this, because those type of movies, like a people not liking so much, or producer feeling like a money will not come back, you know. So they are creatives. They want to play those type of role, or the businessmen. They want to make some like a like a good products, but they cannot make because of uh, this competition. Because if they will make that type of products, it will be costly. It will be
No, it's
like.
like a non-humanistic capitalism, but they believe in very humanistic capitalism, that everyone will be in their place, so according to their like ability, but because ability is different, someone is expert, someone is less, it's some always will be some different between style of life, etc.
No, no. If like all people will become like a humanist, how they are like thinking, so then that time why need this like a currency?
Means they can't become capitalist if they become humanist. I don't know, but this idea, capitalism with human face, is very strong. Is like calling like humanism,
no, no,
like capitalism with human
yeah,
face.
no,
Mhm.
it is because they only they are looking two options. One option is that you maintain freedom of people and you allow markets and somehow not have the bad effects. That is humanistic capitalism. They don't know how the bad
Mhm,
effects
yeah.
will not be there. They don't
Mhm.
want to look into that. They are just hoping that the bad effects will not be there, which
Yes,
means,
but not
okay,
like exactly doing
huh,
consciously doing
right.
exploitation for
Right.
this.
That is why they are saying to CEOs, why are you taking so much extra salary? It's just ridiculous that you are charging so much extra
Mm.
salary. But realistically, most of the people who are into business, they will take huge salaries. The
Yeah, yes,
CEOs, right?
Mhm.
Realistically, this
and
is happening. Hmm.
yes,
Realistically,
yes,
yes.
and if humanistic like will be humanistic people, they will live like a family. Means how they can take big salary for self or for their personal family. It's
because they think
humanist
that
is
different in ability. I don't know. Even my mother, she
no,
is not exploitator at all and not
not
communist. But this idea that someone who like more good ability and doing
no. So
more
humanity.
efforts.
So so then, what is the meaning of humanity? If I deserve a big
What is the
salary
meaning of?
and other person deserve less salary, then what is the meaning of
Not
humanity
less.
there?
Okay, not completely less. It will be enough. Ultimately, they maybe think that other structure not possible because they calculate according this money and wealth and looking that all human is different, like are different. Yes, they just had no other idea. They have only like capitalistic idea and okay, it will be more humanistic. Because of this, they have no other
Yeah,
view.
Ah, yes, yes.
yes, they have no other
Maybe
They,
main
imagination
reason.
proposal
yes,
in front
yes.
of them. They have no other proposal in
Mm.
front of them.
Yeah, because they just thinking, like some negativity is coming in the society. So they thinking from which person this negativity coming. They thinking if this person become little humanistic, so he will not, so this negativity will not come. It's like this.
They are choosing between socialism and capitalism.
Yeah,
So
it's
in that,
something
yeah, so in
middle.
that they are thinking that socialism effects, they have seen that there is lot of bureaucracy, there is lot of miscalculation on the part of top down planners, and there is less freedom. So at least to them capitalism is more appealing because there is some degree of more freedom. So they are choosing between lesser of the
Yeah,
two
yeah.
evils. Okay, but in
Yes,
capitalism
yes,
also,
yes.
uh,
Hmm.
so
Means
that
they were thinking like a only negativity coming from which person. They thinking like if this person become little more ethical and little like a humanistic, so this person will not create this problem. Only they thinking such type of humanity. They not thinking at all like a some humanity type of. Uh, Otherwise,
Yeah,
in that, what meaning of currency or what meaning of salary?
because they're looking at different of value of people. It looks like this. Someone's more little okay, little more valuable,
No,
but some
then
I think
then
they
no.
have this
No,
idea.
no, humanistic means then all
But
human
it's
will become
not
is
really
like family type.
humanistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Then
that is
all,
Little
why,
and
different
then it will
means
become like a
using
family
word
type. Yes,
humanistic.
yes, yes.
so so that is why I was saying, if you are looking from the prism of the current value theory, then you are
Yeah.
valuing people accordingly. But we are proposing a
Ultimately.
different value theory of happiness and well-being, not what is your market value.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so we are so that is why what is valuable, we are looking in terms of um, some different priority schemes in which real meaning in life will get created. Because even after you earn very big value in market, you are not feeling meaning in life. But in this happiness and well-being, more satisfaction one will feel if participant in that system. More like, basically, one will feel that his capacity as an individual is fully utilized in enjoyment, in learning, and in creating. So he will feel that he could fully enjoy what was his potential inside, fully do work, his potential was utilized, so he's feeling meaningful. So this is the model of happiness we are proposing. Every human being has
Yeah.
some potential within himself, and accordingly he feels that I am something is wrong or something is missing. Otherwise, how we will know that we are something missing in life? Because we have some potential and we are feeling that, why this potential is, why it is going to waste.
Yes.
Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so mm,
In like a family also, like if in family also everyone is doing some work where they calculating in terms of salary. They're not calculating, no. They're just doing like, okay, you do like you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, I do this, and we complete all task of the like a family work, and they enjoy together. Where they thinking, I deserve this, you deserve this, you not deserve this. Where these terms are there? It's nowhere, no. If we say like a humanistic,
Mhm.
and
And
no.
one more about like equality, that this idea that all are equal, like also by, you remember when we, in India trying to asking GPT chat about what means, how possible like society when
Yes,
everyone
yes,
will be
yeah.
equal, and GPT chat very confused. He's telling, but it's
Yes,
not
yes.
aim. Ultimately, he by some way trying to explain us that it's not possible.
Not
Obviously,
possible.
like in this sense, like equal, that everyone will be equal, not possible. Whatever we using in ULM means, it means like in society, such a new idea, it not exists till now.
Yeah.
It looks like,
Means
because he telling
such
no,
such
no, no, it's
algorithm.
possible.
Yes. Means such
Algorithm, yes,
algorithm is
yes,
not there.
algorithm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. Because to get
yeah.
answer from machine, we have to give some basic algorithm, no, on which base he will answer.
Yes, and I asked him like very, sharp question. But okay, till like someone will be more rich, someone will be little more
Will be
poor.
less.
They will like feel
Yeah.
problem, like jealous, some fighting happening. Told not. Like government should do some like tax, some from most more like more rich people some tax, some reform. Ultimately, even such kind of little not so much rich people can be happy. But I asked him again how they will be happy, someone more like good life, and they always look on them and they also want and they feel problem and go for fighting. And he by many ways try to explain that government do all best for fighting not happening, but this problem can't solve. Mm.
Yeah, so um,
Yeah. Because Chat GPT thinking what we feed in them, no? Like what algorithm, what the style,
so
what the philosophy
ChatGPT,
we feed there. Yeah.
ChatGPT just takes data that has been already fed in internet. It's not
Yeah.
Yes,
really
yes.
thinking.
It means our idea not feed. We not feed
No,
like
not how can be.
internet by our ideas.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And by
Yeah,
that way, we can also understand this idea yet not on the internet.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, not in
no,
society,
it's
like
it's
in
also
common
2000.
using.
It's old. ChatGPT is taking 2021 pre 2021 data or something like that.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It means maybe after some times when our idea also become more
And then
Idea
our
popular,
will
idea
be
society
also
later
also.
popular.
our idea also
Mhm.
it's not articulated now in a manner that
Not.
that language
Yes,
algorithm
yes.
can pick it, because
Yeah,
it needs
Yeah.
more explanation.
more
That is why
Yes.
I
explanation.
yeah, that is why I listed down
Yeah.
those questions of economics and value theory, because we are not using technical words, right, in
Yeah.
our normal
Mhm.
communication. So if those technical words are not used, chat gpt will not understand.
Will not understand. Yes,
Mm.
yes.
If you say that we want happiness, chat gpt will say okay, they don't have a value theory.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And how is economics possible without a value theory? Not possible. But these are just technical words.
Yeah.
And also this idea that resources are limited, it's also very strongly influencing for
Yeah,
this
ChatGPT, this
like
also say like resources
justify
are
idea of
limited.
competition always
No,
remains. It
resources
can't
are
be.
limited, but they are not necessarily scarce for everything.
Yeah,
So they are in limited quantities. Um, so ChatGPT is basically a language uh, AI system.
yes,
So
yes.
uh, so basically, it's just saying it. Yeah, resources are finite in Earth in that sense.
Not in this in
Okay.
sense for justify competition. That okay, it means not other idea. How
Yeah,
possible
somebody has
like
joined.
with mhm.
Yes,
Yeah, hi.
Mr.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
I
Yes, sir. Could you please introduce yourself and um, share your
I am
topic of
also a
discussion?
seeker of knowledge and I found it interesting. So that's why I have joined the session.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, would you like to say something?
or asking or
Actually,
just review. Your mic is
Oh, okay.
unmute.
One second. I think he has put on mute. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
yeah,
Now I am on. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So, are you proposing the idea that money should be removed?
yes.
Is it possible? I mean, theoretically possible, but not, I think, possible in practicality.
Yeah, in like what sense what are your arguments for not possible in reality? Could you speak little more about it?
Means it can't be, it's not a practical thought that money can be removed
No,
because
this is your
the,
position, right? You think it is not practical, but for us to understand it is not practical, what are your arguments for that?
no, actually my argument is that in primitive times we do not use money. We
Right.
used to barter the things. So we slowly and gradually shifted to uh,
Monetary
money for,
system.
yeah, monetary system. So this is a
Yeah.
more advanced idea than the barter system or something like that. We have to exchange something for something. Okay, so I think that is not practically possible because we will have to unlearn the things, and unlearning the things are very I mean, it's it's not now applicable to the current kind of human being, because we have advanced more in knowledge and in practicality. What do you think about this?
Uh, yeah. So first of all, I think that even when you are saying barter, it is basically exchange, right? So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is just right. So there were times in history also when there was no barter. Barter is actually, I have doubts that barter ever existed really. What
No, no,
existed was that people used to.
historically it's reported, and
No,
we know that
let me.
there was a barter system in primitive times.
No, no. What I have researched is that historically people used to live as communes where they would, like some tribe will be there. So
Yeah,
they will
yeah.
do some hunting and put it all in
Mhm.
their temple or under their leader and then do the distribution. So
Yeah.
it was not exactly like, okay, you give me some meat
And
and I will give you.
as the this advanced, as we advanced, the barter system came, and then the money system came, and then more things came in the economic system.
Yeah, so
So yeah, please continue.
yeah, so one thing that I read in the literature was that barter, but that's not really the topic of debate, so I will not spend so much time about barter. But basically, uh, we know that as societies developed, money came into picture, but essentially it was the same market that has existed through thousands of years, because we are exchanging with each other, right? So basically human society always has
No,
lived in a market system.
okay, it's fine that you will remove the money, but how will you compensate for if somebody is doing some work uh, or inventing something or anything? He's
Yeah,
creating something, he's
yeah, so we
manufacturing something. So how will you
right.
compensate?
Yes, so we are basically proposing a new socio-economic political system, and the philosophy of that, the design of that, you will have to little bit go to our books and website to understand it. But very briefly, I will try to tell you here that um, here there is not individual valuation according to market pricing in this system, the system that we are proposing in this, because price signals do not really, there are many economists who are who have written a lot of research papers, who are explaining why price mechanism is not the best way of rationally allocating resources in society. Number one. Number two, many of the leading thinkers of the West, many economists, they're highly academic trained Western thinkers, they are also speaking about moving to non monetary systems. And in our society there are ample evidences of that the society is actually going towards that direction. For example, many resources are now openly available for people to use. Okay, like
Like,
there is like for example, many exchanges are taking place that are not based on monetary valuation. You create
like,
something, I create something, and we share it on open, like in an open way on a web platform.
like you give some example.
Like various kinds of content that we create on digital spaces, many open source, well, free to use.
Which digital contents are exchanged like a barter system? Can you tell me that?
No, no,
Which
we
No,
are
which
like
not talking
Android.
about barter system. No, you are confusing
yes, you are
again
You
with
know,
barter and money.
you told just now you told that people are
Y-
exchanging the web
Freely,
contents.
not
Yeah,
as like you give me something, so I will give you.
somebody is paying for that, or he is generating monetary things from any other source like ads, AdSense, any other thing. He is
No,
generating
no,
money. Yeah.
no.
No, no. So then you
no,
propose the example. What is the example of this? What you are telling?
Y-
no,
Many,
like many software, many operating systems like
What?
Android,
Somebody
or
is
like
paying for
or
that.
like or like
Somebody is
a
paying for
other.
that. Or you are using pirated software. Somebody is paying.
no, no, no.
No,
Yes.
no, no,
Yes. Yes, buddy. Yes.
no.
You don't think there are
I,
any open source programs?
yes, yes.
There there
Anyone can
are
use
open
them freely.
there are open source program, but monetary system is also going on that. That open source.
Obviously in planet earth we have a monetary system. That does not mean
If
that opens.
if you are like if you are downloading some music, some movie, you are
So okay,
you are bound to
understood.
see some ads, you are bound to
so so,
see. Yeah,
so
yeah.
you are saying I cannot share an app with anybody and let them use freely without me getting anything in return.
Of
I
course
am
you can share, of
okay,
course you
so
can share,
such
but you
exchanges,
can't survive.
so
You can't survive.
sir, I am giving an example of sharing economy.
Okay. fine.
And this is not, I'm not
But
sure whether you have read sufficiently in
sir,
economics literature that such sharing economies are already existing in many parts of the world.
sir, you please tell me some concrete examples, not just like in
Uh,
like
yes,
crowd examples, that there
AK
is
sir,
something, there is
AK,
something, there
yes, yes.
there
No,
you tell me the
okay,
concrete
okay,
examples,
okay.
what people are sharing,
Uh,
what why they are sharing.
AK sir,
Yeah, yeah,
AK sir, tell me one thing. You gifted something to someone.
yeah,
Are you
okay,
gifted?
fine. Mhm.
So you get back something from
But
him?
this is not possible all the time.
No,
Sir, we
no.
are
I'm
not
not saying
speaking
all the
all the
time.
time, na. We are giving you
We just trying to
instances.
understand one time. If something can happen one time, we can multiply that, or we can make a
Why?
system on the based of that. So we just trying to look the
Okay,
possibility. It is
please
possible
listen
or
to me.
not?
We are
Yeah.
gifting somebody something. Okay, we are
Hmm.
gifting, and we are not getting anything in return. The time will come,
Dear,
then we will exhaust our
dear,
resource. And how will
that
we
we
Sir,
survive?
dear, that we will look now, like if you will also get everything by gifting and you will give to everyone to gifting, then it will happen or not happen.
Sir, this is not practical example. This is just
Sir, we will look that way, na. But theoretically, it is possible or not. If you can give gift one thing to someone other, and you can get gift from other one, so you can get two also, you can get three also, and you can get all also by
no,
that
no, no,
same way. Why not
many,
possible?
many
not
pictures
possible.
and music and videos are free download available. Or
Yes,
available or not? Yes. You are
they
asking
are
me give some
available.
concrete. No, let me just tell you. These are legally available. We are calling this as common
No, no,
license for
no,
common
Yeah,
sir.
use.
Those
and
are
many
not
places
legally available.
no, sir,
Not
many
legally
places no
available.
advertisement also. In WhatsApp, where is the advertisement? You tell me, where is advertisement?
So WhatsApp is not generating any revenue.
No, no.
Are
WhatsApp
sir,
is generating the
we are, sir,
creator.
we are getting free now.
you don't know the economics of WhatsApp, so you can't claim that WhatsApp is
Sir,
not
sir,
showing
we
you
didn't say
the
Sir,
WhatsApp is
advertisement,
not
so he is not
generating.
generating
No, we
any
didn't
sir,
say
revenue.
we
WhatsApp
say,
is not generating. Please
sir, we
understand,
saying we are getting the free.
creator and user are interacting with each
You
other
are
in a
getting a free. Somebody is paying for that. Means somebody is
They,
paying, then you are
sir,
getting the free.
okay,
There
I
is
ask him. Okay,
monetary system is existing.
okay, sir, tell me who is paying?
You research it. Somebody is paying.
Sir,
I will research and tell you.
you
If
telling
you
without,
if you want to
sir,
know,
you
you can
telling
research
without
it. Just
research.
Google it. If
so
you
okay.
just Google
No,
it, you
no,
will
no.
get it.
Okay. Okay, more way I will ask him. One more way I will try. Do you think all activities in this world they are part of economic activities?
Sorry, come again,
Do you
please.
think all creation and consumption
Mhm.
is part of economic system?
Creation and consumption of what?
Creation and consumption of goods and services.
Yeah,
Anything.
commodities. Yes, yes, they are the part of economics. Yeah,
No, you are
economic
saying
activity,
commodities. Commodity means it's a part of economics. I didn't say commodity.
commodity and also services. Yes,
I am not saying commodity. Na? Commodity itself means that it is part of economics. I am saying
yeah.
anything of value.
Anything of value. Yes,
Yes.
service. It can be a service.
So, do you think everything that a human being creates of value is commodified?
Yes, that is objectified, commodified. Yes,
Anything of value that human is creating is under economics according to you.
yes,
Okay. So anything within a family, any woman who contributes and takes care of any family members, any aged parents who
yes.
receives no compensation, is
She
part of
receives a compensation.
economics.
No. You are just delusioned. She receives compensation.
She receives compensation.
Yes, she
So a
How?
existing.
mother, how?
She is living in a family. She is getting a shelter. She is getting food. She is getting clothes. She is getting some money to spend.
So
She is
everywhere the same. Everywhere
she
they
is
are.
compensated in the monetary way. Yes, she is compensated
No,
in the
no.
money. You
You,
just are you a married
no,
person?
no,
Are you a
no,
married person?
Yes,
no,
yes, yes.
no,
Is
no.
your wife working? Is your
Yeah,
wife working?
yeah.
Okay. So ask a person whose wife is not working, if he does not feed his wife, does not provide him shelter,
Yeah,
does not provide him clothes,
there are
will
cases
they,
where they are
will they
neglected, and it is
no,
not. It so you are saying that
neglected,
she's.
neglected and denied are different things. Neglected and denied are different things.
So, sir, every mother not getting same salary, na?
so
Even
she,
Not
every
getting,
mother
but
doing same
but
so she
same
can
face,
go and
in a
file
same
a
way
work,
she
case
is
same
according
job.
to
compensated.
you.
Whether underpaid or overpaid, they are compensated.
So they are wage
No, so
laborers, you
why?
are saying.
Yeah.
Anything you can say, wage
Huh.
laborer or anything say, but they are compensated in a monetary way. They are under economics.
They are under economics, and
Who?
Yes.
that is why if you read economics literature, they will tell you so much of labor is not under economics. That's a separate category they have identified in academics.
Oh, bhai sahab, they are separate category, but they are under economic
They
activity.
are saying that they are not part of the economic system. They are saying, economists are saying,
Who is
feminist
saying?
economic. There are
Okay,
all.
beggars.
Huh.
Okay, beggars. What they
Yes,
doing? But they
they
getting
are.
money,
Yes, they are under economic system.
and continuously they are getting money, and they don't doing
Ju-
any
ju-
work.
just just some bloody economists say that they are not under economic system, or proposing a theory will not bar them from the economic system.
No, no, sir. You
Okay,
tell me, na.
just
All
proposing a
beggars,
theory will
all
not bar them
sadhus.
from the economic system. They are
So,
They,
existing in
okay.
the
sir,
economic
sir,
system. Yes.
sir, sir. All sadhus, all beggars. They are getting money without any doing any work, any job.
Okay,
They getting
fine.
continuously or not?
They are fine. They are doing job. They are begging.
This is
Can
No,
you
job.
beg? Can you beg?
sir. Begging also a job.
Can you stand in front of any just a mandir or on a street, and can you beg?
No,
Yeah,
in
what is
your
begging?
understanding, it is a job.
Yes, why not? There is a
What
job.
they creating?
He,
No, no.
he, he,
What they creating by their job? Any product, any
So,
service?
so there is no unemployment basically.
yes.
Basically, okay. So there is no unemployment. So economists are wrong about that also.
Those who
Beautiful.
are not getting a money, they are unemployed. But those who
Yeah,
are
but
getting
you
money, they
said
are
na they are
employed.
employed.
Yes, so they,
Dear,
they are
Yeah.
they, they are
pe-
getting money, they are employed.
Even
They are
dear,
they are
people
getting
are
more money
stealing
than you
also.
even. They are getting
AK
more
sir,
money than even you.
AK sir, people are stealing also. So that's also a job.
Yes,
yeah,
of course,
that is
that is
By
a
also
your
job.
value
mean,
creation according to him.
what
If that
what
Stealing is
if
also value
that is
what he
creation.
dominant,
creating value, what he creating service, what he creating, which product he creating. Sir,
oh
sir,
sir,
sir, what is your
just
sir, what is
okay.
your definition of job actually?
If he is getting he is stealing, and the, he is depositing that money in the bank, is he not creating the economic system?
No, that
How?
is different case. No,
Like,
you are
there's a different
confusing
case.
between you, see
You are confused,
basically.
sir.
Sir,
that
let
that
me
Sir,
explain. Okay, let
yeah,
me
yeah,
clarify what I am speaking. You
that
are
doesn't fall under the classical definition of the economics, but they are in the part of
so
economic
who is
system.
saying that they are not living in a world in which money is there? Who is saying that? Money is existing. We are saying, but that does
Yes,
not.
but you
Yeah,
are
so
proposing
that is
that
not the topic of discussion. Na? That money,
hmm,
they are not interacting with money. I mean,
you
the if they interact with money, that does not mean this topic here you are confusing with that whether they are living in
Sir,
this world where money
no,
exists or not, and whether they are interacting with money or not, whether they
no,
are
no, no.
buying
I
their
am
things.
not. You are getting confused. You are proposing that we will just
No, no. We
what is the
just
topic?
trying,
You don't
sir,
even know what our
sir,
model is, na sir?
sir,
You don't
sir,
know that.
sir. We just trying to make you understand that in this monetary world also many activities are in which monetary directly not involving.
No, sir. Then you are confused. Everybody there
How
is
confused?
monetary. Everybody monetary system is involved. You
So
didn't
how
get it.
big? How,
That does
so
not
what,
mean that it is
sir,
not involved.
sir, what, sir, beggars what returning
So
in
okay,
that what they getting money?
okay. See, one
What
more
they
example I will try
returning?
to give. There
You
was a time.
don't need to return. You are exchanging the money. That is the system
Then
of
how,
economics.
then how
You,
exchange will happen?
beggar is
Then
taking the money. He's giving it to the shopkeeper. He's taking the food.
Okay,
That is the exchange of money, and that is the
Hey,
economics.
do you
sir.
know in history there have been episodes where there was like for example during a world war there was this person economist called Otto Neurath in Germany, and during the world war time the entire economy was mobilized in a way where the money stopped working and they made material planning. So basically, it was like a military style planning. So the traditional market based markets stopped for a while because there was like this was a
What was the
crisis
time period,
situation.
and what was the time period, and which
During
um,
World War time,
geogra-
Otto
geogra-
Neurath, you remember the
which geographical area it covered? What
Germany,
part of the
German war
what percent
economy I am talking
what
about.
percentage of the world was that area?
See, sir,
What percentage
I'm
of the world?
yeah. So I told you, na German war economy.
Said
You read
due to the
about
war,
Otto Neurath.
anything can happen. That is not the example of just
इनको
failing the
कैसे अब बताएंगे
economic system.
भाई
Arey, sir,
since
we are telling you the
You
possibility.
give me the
Is it
logic.
possible or not?
I am giving you the logic. You prove me with the logic.
sir you are not even
Sir,
able to
sir,
comprehend what I am speaking. How I will give you logic? I am telling
yeah.
you the episodes in which there was a economic activity in which monetary system was not utilized even when Soviets
Sir,
came to power
okay.
for one
But
year or
exceptions are
2 year.
not the rule, sir. Exceptions are not the rule always.
So who
No,
is
no.
saying that this is
But we
we are
trying to
trying to
possibilities,
create,
na?
yeah, we are trying to explain that it is not that it has never been possible.
Everybody is trying the possibility, but my thing, what I propose that it is not practically possible. You can
Sir, you are
propose the
repeating
theories.
it is not practically possible now. So
Yes,
that is your belief.
yes.
We are not talking. You have see before aeroplane was there. If somebody said, "Have you ever?" Many scientists also said, "Have you ever seen metal fly in air?" It's not
You
possible. It's not practical. Like this, everybody can say. Never in history before, never no metal body flew in air. There was an article published
no.
against Wilbur Wright and Oliver Wright by some renowned scientists stating that these people are ridiculous people who are thinking of flying an aircraft. They had their explanations. If you care to listen to explanations, then this will be an intellectual discussion. If you're just stating
Yeah.
that I don't feel it is possible, I don't feel it is possible, then where is intellectual
I
discussion
am
possible in this?
no.
Huh.
I am
And
giving.
Einstein also refused the dual nature of, of the quanta. Einstein also refused. So it, and
If
later
you are
he admitted
if you are
that
having intellectual
yes, I was
discussion, you
wrong.
don't state your feelings. You are arguing about something. That this is why it is not possible. It's not practical. It's not practical. What does this mean? It is not
You
an
didn't.
intellectual argument,
You
na?
didn't. Just saying that it's not an interview. You didn't answer any
Where we didn't answer.
authentic
You are whatever,
any
sir.
authentic reason
Sir,
of your
you Google
proposal.
search whether non-monetary economics is a field in economics or not.
Of
You
course,
Google
it
search
can
this.
be a field. Why not?
So,
Anything
so
can
then
be a
why
field.
it is not possible?
Anything you can study, anything you can propose. But
So then
what
we
is
will
the
discuss, na? We will discuss
yes,
the
yes.
arguments. We will discuss the
So
arguments. You stating it's not
I am
possible
also
doesn't make
discussing,
it
sir.
not
I am
possible.
also discussing, but you are hesitated due to my questions, I think.
No, you are not. See, you are
Because you
basically
are
not
not able to
asking
answer, you are
question. You
just
are telling
Okay,
hesitated.
us that
okay,
it's
And
not
and
okay,
possible.
okay, okay, Ambarish ji, we ask him. Okay, monetary system means what? Can you explain me,
exchange of
sir?
money, simple thing. Exchange of
No,
money
no,
and services.
no, no.
Exchange of
On
money
which
and services, things.
no, no, no. On which rule the exchange of money is working? On which rule?
On which rule?
At which means how they calculate, like I will give this money and you will give this product in that money.
This is hypothetical. They just calculate something that I have invested this much amount to create something. I have invested this much my work strength to create something, and I will just fix this amount of money for this any thing, and they just ask the money.
No,
There
no.
is no
He just, sir, you are telling me the calculation of asking money.
yes.
But what he asking, definitely he will get.
Of course, they are getting.
They will get definitely.
What?
You eat a certain biscuit and they fix the price
Hmm.
that this is the maximum retail price, and you purchase on that maximum retail price.
So
No, no.
Okay, or
You
he
you
is
mean I am.
asking on what?
No,
Hmm.
no, no. You mean I am bound to buy that biscuit? If I will not buy biscuit, or if no one buy biscuit, then also he will say sell
somebody
his
will buy.
biscuit of 30 rupees, 40 rupees.
Why no?
So that's
They have
what.
they had
So sir, sir. So that's why I am asking you. What is the basic rule to calculate the money of any, like the price of any product? The basic rule.
Just Premjit
demand
ji.
demand.
Premjit ji.
So demand and supply na.
Uh,
Now you tell me,
one moment. One moment.
is this demand and supply is some practical thing?
Yes, of course, that is a practical thing.
How it is practical thing?
Why it is not a practical thing?
So tell me na how it is practical thing.
You tell
You
me
were
why it is
asking us
not a
na.
practical thing.
Arey
You
sir.
are asking, sir.
That time you were telling, you not answering how practical. Now I am asking you how it is practical on the demand and supply. One thing one time will be 10 rupees and other time will be 20 rupees and other time will be 0 rupees. Where is the
Demand
practicality?
if something is scarce
So
in
demand
the
and supply is some intellectual way. The setting the price of any product or any service. Is it any intellectual way?
of course that is the intellectual way.
Where the intelligence is there? One person doing very hard work and creating one product, but no one asking that, and he not getting return anything, and even he has to give that thing in the loss. And you telling, oh, if you give something and you will not get, how the like a system will run?
He will
You know?
compensate some other time. He
No,
knows the economics.
sir.
Yeah. So it's
Sir,
not.
sir, that time he is not compensating, na.
he knows the
Even
business.
next
He
time
knows
he will do, sir, he will suicide next time. So where he will compensate? In
And
another world.
do you know that there is government
you are
intervention in the
taking the
markets?
discussion to some other point, sir. That what we were
Sir, why
discussing is
other point?
not
Where
this
he
thing.
will get
This is
compensation? In other world he will
this is
get.
not that thing. We were discussing about the
So,
money. That money will be removed from the system. That was the discussion. You are
Yeah.
so
proposing that
we,
money can be
if we,
removed.
sir,
You
sir,
are
if
now you are
society,
talking demand
sir,
supply.
sir,
Then
if
he is
society,
not.
sir, if society
No,
will
no.
admit
You are taking to no,
that
no,
some
no, no.
other system
You are
is more good than
you are
monetary
just jalebi
system,
banayin. No,
then
no, no. You are just
society then
jalebi banayin.
society will.
No.
Sir,
I
I
think
don't think you are
it's
aware
worth
that price
worth this.
mechanism is not the only way
Sorry,
of
sir. I
resource
didn't got my
allocation.
answer. In not
No,
worth
so
discussing.
sir,
I'm
I
signing
don't
off.
think you are aware that resource allocation frameworks are many. They are under.
Hmm. Not his problem was this, like he has not the history of monetary system. It's very in very starting there was also not monetary. After that, what was barter system, and barter system also was not have some rule and regulation, like anything give, anything get. Little by little, people will thinking like that, like what we are giving and what we are getting, it is some equal or not equal, and by that, slowly, a monetary system is developed. But now we understanding by monetary system also, we not getting the goal of humanity, the goal of what for we brought the system, what for we brought the system to the wellness of society, not the just one person or some 10% person. So we brought this system, any system, for the maximum service, maximum like a that system can serve humanity maximum. If not serving, it means somewhere is the problem, and we have to find out the cause and you know the cause of that problem and the solution. So if humanity or the like a community will get some more proper solution which is non-monetary, then why people will not accept non-monetary system, and why they will not refuse the monetary system. He was saying no practical, no practical. Why not practical? Humanity, like a community, they bring that monetary system, so they can
His
refuse also.
his argument
Where is not
yeah,
practicality? Hmm.
his argument was that you are looking everywhere money, so that establishes that any other thought is not practical.
Yeah.
According to him, I mean, obviously when something new is there, then that will have some evidences which we were trying to show, that here are the evidences that these interactions are taking place in which there is no price mechanism operating, and
Yes,
historically
yes.
also there has been there.
Yeah.
Now the question
In
is
fa
whether this
in
is
in
going
family,
to work
yes,
or
in
not.
family also in family also there are non-monitoring, na? Okay,
Yeah,
they getting food, they getting other thing, but we not deciding there in the monetary terms, na? Like, oh,
yeah,
okay, oh, my wife, you will get 20,000 per month, or my mother or father, you will get 10,000. This we not doing, na, in the home.
yeah,
Yeah, or when we giving to the beggar, or when we giving to the like a servant, or when we giving to the like a guest, we're not asking for money there, like, oh, you 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 eat, you at our food and other services, please give me, like a restaurant. So there are so many activities happening without monetary. There we not using in the monetary terms, and he'll, okay, somebody is paying. What does this mean? Somebody is paying. We can say,
But
okay,
it
somebody is doing.
means it
But
looks for
wrong.
him that it's like just system, monetary system. He looks like it's
Not he
why it's
was
not possible.
he
He
was
looks it's
not.
like normal
Yeah,
or what? He not looks
yeah.
it's
No, no.
normal. It should remain. He thinks that
No.
just not possible, but it's some problem he looking in monetary system or not.
Not. But yeah. But he has no any argument. No. What argument he was giving? And when we given many examples, like in under
No, this I
home,
understood. I
for
just
beggar, for
point he
that,
thinks that
he
it's okay. This system, monetary system, is okay, no problem. Or he thinks that it's problem, but not possible to remove because
yeah,
it's
but
only
only he will
this
understand if it
possible.
is practical or not practical only if
no.
he listens to the
I think
proposal, no?
Mhm.
his question was only he thinking. This is his thinking. He thinking like only the monetary system is is
Means,
practical. What we are other thinking that is not practical. His
Not practical. It's his
his thing.
sentence.
Yes, yeah, yes, yes.
It
he,
means
He
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 was
just
not
just
telling
was
like a
looking that
monetary
some
system is
another
good.
idea. That another idea, whatever we
Ah,
he didn't
explaining,
ask.
if he listen fully, maybe he will understand that different way possible.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
yes, yes. Then he can understood. So that's why my approach always is there when anyone ask me the
Mhm.
possibility or the practicality of that new system. So generally I start to uh, realize that person the problem of current system, like a monetary system. Like the limitation of the monetary system. It is limited up to the 10% people, and that the vicious circle I saw that person, and then he try to understand like we cannot break this vicious circle, and that's why we cannot serve all the humanity. Then that person asks, you have some any another way to that? Then we say yes, we have that, the non-monetary, because now we understood monetary system cannot solve that problem. So then they start to thinking, or they ready to listen this new idea. Okay, what is that? So first we have to remove the
But
foundation
what he told
because of,
about
so that's why this.
kind of barter system, because for example, if you
No, but
like
barter
doing
system is
some
same, na?
activity, I don't know, you're doing some
Their barter.
activity for others, and other people doing something for you, and it's like exchanging happening. It's not a kind of barter.
No.
It's also like barter. You're doing for society something and getting from society whatever you need and
Yes,
giving, and it's
yes,
like
yes, yes.
happening. And where is money here? We speaking about such system that no need
No,
money.
no,
People just can exchange.
no. Okay, means such exchange will be in our system also if we look entirely, because there will also a person of from 25 to 50-year old, they will do job, they will work,
They're
and
working,
all
yeah.
and and all other will get, who are the like a children, they will do after 25 year. First they will get and later they will do, and they will do up to 50. After that again they will take. So like everyone actually everyone is doing the work in that period. So there also everyone is taking part to produce that. So there also that way. But you know, but this is ultimately, if people will do, then they will get, na. Otherwise no one do, then who will get? No one will, no one will is get. But that is not the problem is that, like in today monetary system, maximum people, they want to do something but they not getting job. So then how they will get? Because if they not doing, so how they will get? Because they're not doing any production. So if production not happening, then how they will get? So we have to make arrangement for there also, like they can also do, and they can do only if we will make free demand. Then the full demand will happen, then the full job will come. If full demand will not happen, then full job or full job will not open. And if full job will not open, then people cannot do any job, cannot create any service or product, and finally they will not get back also by any way. The monetary system is doing limited this this thing up to 20
No,
30
it's
percent
okay.
people
It
only.
means he just, if he little, even simple way reading whatever we proposing, he should understand
Yeah,
that it's
but
possible,
he
it's
did not
realistic.
wanted to listen, na. He did not wanted to listen. What we were giving the example, he should accept those, na. Yes, yes, some activities happening, then we can proceed ahead, na. It means he was not a logical person.
it's okay,
He
logical,
he
but he
he
also
tell him
like
he
wants
he
looking like
he tell him
he
beggars.
want earning normal money. Ultimately, it not means that he's thinking that now monetary system is good, just. Perhaps he
No, no,
also
he not.
has doubts.
No, no, he never said like it is good or bad or what is there. His question about practicality. So means he when we were saying like beggars are getting money, they not like giving anything back. He said how they not giving back this and that and that. He were telling like this.
Not his question. I
He was
just
saying somewhere
wanted to
compensate.
understand what he
The
wants.
question is
He's
not
saying
about
that
compensation.
whatever we explaining, it's not practical. Only this.
Yeah, so
It's not
that was the
practical.
initial
Yes, yes,
position. That's
yes.
the starting
Mhm.
argument. Okay, he thinks it's not practical. We think it is practical. That is
We
fine.
think it's practical.
Yeah,
That's
Yes.
fine. That is possible. We can start the discussion from there. Then
Mhm.
yeah,
one person will give some arguments. Okay, then you have to
Mhm.
counter the arguments, not again repeat the same line that it is not practical,
mm,
because that was your starting position.
It means he not because when you starting to speak some arguments, or he not listen, or he was not agree with your arguments because you trying to explain again and again to him why he not listening your arguments, or he
He's
did
not.
not think that your arguments is right.
No, he didn't understand the
Mm.
meaning of what I was trying to say,
Uh,
because we are living in a monetary system. So obviously when we will show example, it will not be very global example. He was expecting show me some big example, not some small example. So how we will show big example when you have a monetary system in place? If there was big example, why we need to change a monetary system? So it
yeah,
is like ridiculous argument, na? We can only show you small examples,
yes,
and then remaining is theoretical. He's saying theoretical
correct.
frameworks can be many. So how we will show him anything? Because we also know that
Mhm.
today we have a monetary system,
Mm. Yeah.
right? So obviously we will show
Yes.
him today small examples, and rest of it will be
Mhm.
theory. Then you can counter those theory. But he is basically saying that
Mhm.
theories can be anything and big example is not
Mhm.
existing. So how we
No,
will
the
proceed with
example,
discussion? So
yeah,
this is
it's not
very
possible because
elementary
it's
logic,
next
na?
step.
Yeah.
It's next step. How
Yeah.
now it we can't show, but we
And
can develop in this
yeah,
direction.
and if some
yeah,
field is there in academic tradition, that means there is some work going on. It's not a ridiculous proposition,
Yeah,
right?
sure,
So some
sure.
work is going
Mhm.
on, and historically many, Marx is a person who is
Yeah,
saying he's
communism also,
yeah,
of course,
yeah,
it's of course, of
and
course.
even
Mhm.
The Alfred
Mhm.
Maynard Keynes, he's a capitalist economics, but he is also saying that after 100 years he has written an
Mm.
essay where money will lose its role. He's a
yes,
capitalist
yes, yes.
economy, mainstream
Yeah.
economist.
Yeah, and I tried
Mhm.
to him
Mhm.
understand like this monetary system because people accepting, so it's running. If tomorrow we will get some more refined model, we can refuse also
Mhm.
monetary system. So what is the meaning of practicality or not practicality? It depends on our acceptance. If we are accepting some model, it will be practical. If we reject, it will not be practical.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what is the meaning of practical or not practical?
Yes, yes. This theory
Means
should be
if
proved
it was
if we
not
try to
logically possible, yeah,
apply.
it
Mhm.
can be a bad
Mhm.
choice. It
Ah.
is practical, but is
Mhm.
not it's a not a good choice. So then he can argue that look, it's just not
Yes.
possible that you can do resource allocation and organize economic activity without money. It's not possible. How it is not
Hmm.
possible, that he should prove na,
Mhm.
that it's not possible at all. Whether good or bad, that's a separate thing, but he is
Mhm.
saying it's not possible,
Yes.
it's not
Yeah.
practical.
Mhm.
Wait. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Wait.
Hmm.
Today model of monetary. This also bad, na? Where this is enough.
Yeah.
It's serving only for 10% people. maximum are
So
poor. Hmm.
yeah, so
yes, and it's not properly working monetary system.
so my
Okay, if it
argument
would
was,
be like
yeah, my
proper way,
argument
but it's
was, first
also
of all,
not
we should
proper.
agree that it is possible.
Mhm.
It's good or bad, that's second step.
Mhm.
First, we should
Yes.
agree it is possible. So we were giving evidence where it is possible,
Yeah.
how it is possible.
It's already a few real examples we're already
Many
looking,
examples
so
are
yes,
there.
it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, many examples. Like you, Juliana ji, you, you spending a lot of money on me, and what you getting from me? What you getting? In monetary terms, what you getting
No, we
from me?
are family. We are family. It's different.
So not before family also. Okay, now we are family. Before family also, you were spending a lot of money. Ambarish ji spent a lot of money on me. So and what he
Getting
got for
knowledge. We got
but in
knowledge. Your
but in monetary
production, you're
system,
producing
but
in monetary
be
system. Okay, you're
but
telling my knowledge.
my knowledge I was
My
giving free, na
no knowledge
Free.
also. Okay, you're giving free, but
free, yes.
we understand that basically knowledge many people selling. So
Okay, many people selling, but I was giving free.
you're
So
not.
it
You
means
do.
this
We're giving
it
free.
it means this model
Yeah.
also
It was not a
it means this
commodity.
possible also, na.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I didn't
No,
made this
they
commodity, na.
know.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No.
so if I made this, so
So,
it means what? It means it this also possible.
so he's
I
saying
can
that a
sell
mother's
also. This
love,
also
a,
possible.
he's
Hmm.
saying a mother's love, a wife's love, all are commodities.
Commodities.
He- a lover's love
Commodities.
is commodities
Uh,
because there is some economic interaction. The means if a woman is caring of older parents, or if a man is caring about older parents, and or
Mm-hmm.
grandfather or some relative or a friend, it is a commodity
Mm-hmm.
according to him.
Everything
How much
commodity.
more illogical this statement could be?
No. Just
Hmm.
by love, it's not possible according to him, or
no,
what?
No,
not.
he's saying he's saying that, something means some exchange is happening and you are agreeing to it, and that is why some
No,
monetary
okay.
compensation is there according to him. But where is
No,
monetary compensation where grandfather and
yeah.
I am making some, let us imagine I do something for him and treat his wounds. He is not
Mm-hmm.
giving me monetarily anything, I am not giving monetarily
Monetarily
anything.
anything.
I am not dependent
No.
on him from economically, he is not dependent on me economically. Still he feels
Mm-hmm.
that no, you are part of economic system. And some
Not. Where is
uh, so
economic
so
here?
so this so that is why I asked him, do you think all value creation in this world is economic commodities? He said yes, all value creation is economic commodities.
No, and one mother, like one mother also take caring her child, other mother also take caring her child. Both are not getting same monetary values. Even both are doing same job. So means
No, then I
where the
confuse
monetary
his
working, they are
question
also not
actually.
actually monetary working. Yes.
Then I confuse his question. It's yeah, he should more explain his point of view. Otherwise, it
Mm,
looks like
yeah. No,
more
sometime what
non-realistic. Mhm.
sometime what happen, like sometime in philosophy also, some people come and they say the the nature of human is the competitive nature. It is in nature. And when I ask, okay,
Mhm.
give some argument,
Mhm.
like okay, how you reached on this
Mm.
like a judgment, like a human has uh, this nature by birth. And then he said, he has by birth, he has by birth, he has by birth. Means no any argument, but then also stuck on their decision. Hmm.
It's little for like little more discussion need. If he would be
Yeah.
ready,
Yes, yes.
if we little
More
proceed,
discussion.
maybe
And
we
he
can
left. Yeah.
more
And he.
understand each other's more. We
Yes, yes.
understand
And he left.
him, he understood us.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
And he left.
But it's not happened, yes.
Yeah. We tried by both way. We tried by his way also. Okay.
Mhm.
You telling this is the practically, this is the practical. When I asked, okay, where is the practical aspect? Like me and you both together, uh, like setting the price of anything, sometime 2 rupees, sometime 20 rupees, sometime like in negative also. So where is this intelligent way? And he told, yeah, this is intelligent way. He told this also. Where is their intelligence? You tell me. Where is their intelligence? No?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay,
So
So
like
I
this way,
mm, I
need big and more discussion, and slowly it will go one by one, and he will also he's also person. He will also think what he said here, it was logical or not. He will also think. No one person like who
I mean,
not.
there are intellectual arguments in
uh,
support of market there, but at least he
yes,
should give
yes.
those arguments. Na? I'm
Hmm.
not saying that there are no arguments possible in support of the market, but at least we should be arguing on the, on those things rather than stating what we feel is practical or not practical. Some
Yeah.
argument is there. There is like price signals. There is a lot of arguments that I can give more better
Yeah.
than him about
Yes.
why
Yes.
we should
Yes.
favor markets.
Yes. He just stuck
Mm.
on that decision. He just stuck. Nothing
mhm.
else.
Some people writing
Hmm.
comments. There is no any question. Ambarish dialog.
Yeah, it's
So
no
just
questions.
some no
Yeah,
question, but some explanation. There is. Uh-huh.
I can show explanations also.
I have to go little. I have some urgent work, so I need to
Okay,
go.
okay.
Um,
Hmm.
and
Today we
we
can
can.
finish. I think
Yeah.
the
So yeah,
presentation
we can
of
conclude.
Ambarish
Mm.
researching happened, and people who has interest about this new view, and now it's becoming more academical way for more intellectual people can look all precision and some historical, some perspective, not only like, because maximum we know that Premjit is speaking like this, touching some maybe Indian philosophy, but here also some Ambarish researching in like some scientist who doing and philosopher who doing researching in area of economy also. So and what about presentation? If someone wants, you can send them, or when we can read more in details, whatever you explained today,
If we can
or
put some
in
link,
some link
Yeah.
and like
Yes.
download
we will put it.
presentation
Yeah, we
also.
will put a link in the description, and then later they can download it. And in
And
video also they can look the presentation. So,
in video also.
uh,
So, and be in touch, please, whoever listen and who will listen after, you can write comments, your review also, and welcome to our ULM English channel. We're starting to developing. We're starting it before, but some live stream not so much. In future, we want to do more. So, heartily inviting you and be in touch.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good evening. Hmm.
Good evening.
Good evening.